So here I've got a package that's for my application. I can see I've shipped through a bunch of different versions of this. But the cool thing is that these are being built by GitHub. And I'm also sending through some build information as well. So if I take a look at the versions that I've got here, I can actually see over here under branch, which branch that this has been built from. So we'll notice that 1.0.12 was built from the main branch, but 1.0.13 came from a feature branch. And I'm very creative with my naming there. As you can see, it was called new feature. So what this means is that I can use these properties in a policy as well. So if I jump back over to platform hub first and take a look at the policy that I've built, we are making sure, so this one's called verify package source. Now in here, the violation action that I've got is to block. And the scope that I've got is we are looking at a few different things here. So we're looking at a specific project again. We are looking at a specific space within Octopus deploy. And then I'm scoping it down to environments. So I don't mind too much what people deploy to our development environment. I'm happy if they deploy packages that came from a feature or a test branch. And we've also got some functionality in Octopus deploy for ephemeral environments as well. The idea of those is being a throwaway environment that you can test your incoming changes from, and they usually come from a pull request. So that package is actually not being built by the main branch ever. So I want to scope those out of this policy because I'm okay with those happening. The last scope that I've got there on line 9 is that policies apply to both deployments and runbooks in Octopus deploy. So I want to scope out runbooks. I want this to only apply for deployments that I've got. The second thing, if we look at, is over under the conditions. I'll make this one full screen. So this is having a look at the packages. By default, I will allow this to deploy, but then I'm looking at all of the packages. And what this is saying is if there are some packages in the deployment, I want to check the Git reference that's coming through. And again, we've got lots of different examples on how you can match this string. It could be a regex, you could use wildcards, different patterns in there. But I'm just saying that I want to make sure that if packages are being used in the deployment, that they are coming from the main branch. So let's go and see this one in action. If I go over to the project that I've got here for package verification, and let's go and create a new release for this one, because it's in the release where you define what package that you want to use in that deployment. So if we remember, 1.0.13 was the version of the package that came from my feature branch. That one did not come from the main branch. So I'm going to use that one here. Let's save that. And then I'm going to do a deployment out to the development environment. Now, this deployment should succeed. And there we go. So the policy hasn't been applied here because I didn't scope the development environment. So I'm allowing folks in the organization to go and deploy whatever packages, pre-release packages that they like into that development environment, and that deployment's gone through and succeeded. But now if I try and move that into the staging environment, I'll go ahead and start the deployment. What we'll see immediately is that that one has failed, because if we look at the task log, it's saying that I don't comply with that policy, which is to verify the package source, and that the packages used in this deployment must be built by the main branch. So that's where that scoping's come into effect, because I've now tried to move this into the staging environment, but the package that I was using didn't come from the main branch. So our policy is blocking that deployment. The other thing that I will show here, just to finish off again, is down under the configuration. All of this comes into our audit log in Octopus Deploy. And if you're using policies, you can stream this out to an external SIEM as well. And we can filter this based on categories. As I start to look for, search for compliance, we've got three different categories within the audit logs today that we can filter on. So if I was to look at the ones that were blocked, we'll see that one here is in the audit log. It's told me when it was blocked, at what time, and we've got all the information that we'd need there to show both deployments that have adhered to policies and been successful, and the ones that have either been blocked or warned as well. That's all stored in our audit log here in Octopus Deploy.